Very good morning, children. This is Nageshwar Rao, IIT Chemistry faculty. Let us continue. Our topic is nothing but is matter around us pure? Hope you all understood what we discussed in the previous class. Okay. What is meant by pure substance? What is meant by impure substance? What are the classifications of the pure substance? We discussed about elements and what are this classification. What is meant by compound? Everything we discussed in the previous class. And I think you understood what is the meaning of the mixer also. We discussed that one. And finally we discussed about already what is the difference between a compound and a mixer, or a compound and a mixer. Now in this today's class we are going to discuss about the types of mixer. The types of mixer. Okay, types of mixers. Okay, mixers are mainly classified into two types. Mixers are mainly classified into two types. One is homogeneous mixer. One is homogeneous mixer. Another one is heterogeneous mixer. Heterogeneous mixer. Okay, mixers are mainly classified into how many types? Homogeneous mixer, and the second one is heterogeneous mixer. And this homogeneous mixer is again classified into two types. One is true solutions, and next one is nothing but alloys. Okay, next one is nothing but what? Alloys. Same like that only. Heterogeneous mixers are also classified into two types. One is suspensions, and the second one is nothing but colloids. Okay, this is about the types of mixers. Mixers are mainly classified into how many types? Two types: homogeneous mixer and heterogeneous mixer. Homogeneous mixer again classified into true solution and alloys. Heterogeneous mixer classified into suspension and colloids. Let us discuss about first of all what is meant by homogeneous mixer, what is meant by heterogeneous mixer. Okay, what is meant by homogeneous mixer? Okay, first of all, what is meant by mixer? We discussed in the previous class. What is meant by a mixer? That means combination of two or more elements or elements and compounds, or two or more compounds by any mass ratio. That means you are not supposed to say you must be add this much amount of compound in this much amount of another compound. Okay, you are not supposed to fix any ratio for the mixers. Therefore, what is meant by mixer means mixer is nothing but combination of two or more elements or compounds by any mass ratio, that we can call as what? Mixer. Now in this one, what is meant by homogeneous mixer means the mixer contains, in a mixer, uniform distribution takes place. Uniform distribution takes place. Components are not separated by any layer. Not separated by any layer. That means I will explain with example and you can understand very easily. Let us take one example. Sugar water. That means take one bowl. This is water. Now add some amount of sugar. Just stir it. Then what will happen? The sugar completely dissolved in water. Now check whether you can identify the sugar particles are present or not. For example, I am giving a glass of sugar water to you. Without tasting, I am asking you, tell me what are the components present in it. It is a mixer. I mixed two compounds. The person who is identical, he don't know what is there, but I know what I gave, what I added in this one. Now I am asking him to check, okay, what are the different type of components are present, or else how many components are present. But by seeing the solution, what will happen, he may can't identify either it is water or it contains any other compound, because the sugar particles are completely dissolved in water. That means uniform distribution takes place, and at the same time there is no identification of formation of any layer between that sugar and water. Is it sugar settled down to identify sugar is present in the bottom of the vessel? No, because the sugar is completely dissolved. That means uniform distribution takes place, and there is no any layer formation between the water and the sugar. Therefore, you cannot identify that much easily it contains two components or more than two components. Therefore, whenever any mixer contains uniform distribution, the type of mixers we can call it as what ma? Homogeneous mixers. That mixers we can call it as what ma? Homogeneous mixers. And at the same time, we cannot identify by seeing also. We cannot identify by seeing also. That type of mixers we can call it as homogeneous mixers. Some examples are sugar in water, next salt water, next alloys. Okay, what do you mean by alloys? Means nothing but bronze, okay, brass. Okay, these type of compounds we can mixers we can call it as alloys. Actually, when you observe the bronze, okay, you may think that it is only one type of component is present. But when you check the bronze, it contains two components. It is not contains only one component. The bronze contains copper and tin. That means two elements are present. But when you see the bronze medal, you may think that it contains only one element or one component. You don't know whether it contains how many components. That means it is comes under what ma? Homogeneous mixes. Therefore, what is meant by homogeneous mixer? In a mixer, the components are uniformly distributed. There is no any formation of layer to separate the both the components. Let us see, the next one is nothing but heterogeneous mixer. Okay, heterogeneous mixer. Okay, the first one, non-uniform distribution. Second one, components are easily separated by a layer. Easily separated by a layer. Example, when you mix oil in water, which will float on water? Oil, because oil is having less denser. Then what happened here? This is oil, this is water. That means oil and water we can identify very easily because they form a layer. Which is in the top, that is nothing but oil because of the less density. Water comes under down, settle down because it is having more density. Then what we can conclude that by seeing itself only we can say that it is comes under heterogeneous mixer because non-uniform distribution takes place, and at the same time what happened, these two components are separated by a layer. Same like that only you can mix sand in water. Okay, sand in water, because sand will settle down. When you mix sand in water, what will happen? The sand particles are heaviest particles and they come down and they settle down. By seeing itself only you can identify the some sand particles are present inside this water. Therefore, it is comes under heterogeneous mixer because non-uniform distribution takes place. And yesterday we discussed one more important example, that is nothing but mixture of the iron and sulfur. Mixture of the iron and sulfur. In this case also we can identify iron pieces are present in the sulfur powder. These are some of the examples and the differences between homogeneous mixers and heterogeneous mixers. Homogeneous mixers and heterogeneous mixers. Okay. Let us see what are the separation techniques to separate homogeneous mixes and heterogeneous mixes. Before going to discuss about the separation techniques, we need to discuss one important point. What is that one means? Separation techniques. Okay, before going to discuss about the separation techniques, we need to discuss one more important point. Okay, we discussed about what is meant by mixers, what are the different type of mixers. Now we are going to discuss about the separation. First of all, why we need to separate the mixers? Why we need to separate the mixers? That is very important. That means you have to know what is the purpose of separation. For what purpose we are separating? Any advantage is there? If there is no advantage, what is the use of to separate the components? Yes, this is one important question. What is that one? Why we need to separate means? For example, when you are eating food, some type of unwanted things, what you will do? You will take it out and you will keep side. You are not eating that one, no, because some unwanted particles. Okay, or sometimes whenever you are buying any type of vegetables or something, what happen? You are removing some type of unwanted thing. That means which are not good, which are spoiled. That things what you are doing, you are keeping aside because those are not useful for you. That means when you want to separate any type of mixer, if any unwanted things are there, then what you will do? You need to remove that unwanted things and the remaining you can use for the any purpose. This is one case. The second case is nothing but the two. For example, let us take one mixer contains two components. One mixer contains what ma? Two components. For example, crude oil. Okay, crude oil. That means petroleum. This is a mixer. But what we are doing here, from this crude oil, what we are doing, we are separating petrol, we are separating kerosene, we are separating diesel. Okay, we are separating wax. That means here there is no unwanted things. In the crude oil, each and every component we are using for different purposes. That means don't be think always separation technique is nothing but to remove the unwanted things. Sometimes what happen, the components which are present in the mixer, each and everything is useful. Therefore, we are separating the components which are present in the mixer and we are using for different type of purposes. Kerosene we are using for some other purpose, petrol we are using for some other purpose. Both are all are fuels only, but different ways we are using. That means don't be think separation technique means only to remove the unwanted things. Sometimes we are separating the components to use for different type of purposes. Okay, understood? Hope you understood. Let us discuss about separation techniques. We have different type of separation techniques based on their properties. Okay, you need to understand here, compulsory we need to separate any type of compounds based on their properties, based on the properties of the components. Here we are going to discuss based on the type of mixer, we will use different type of separation techniques. The first one, the mixer is solid in solid. Solid in solid. When a solid mix with another solid, mostly we have some type of separation techniques. Usually you learn in your lower classes some type of separation techniques. Those we are not discussing, but I will tell you what are those separation techniques. Okay, first one, hand picking. Very well known separation technique. I think in every home, usually people use this hand picking. For example, any type of small rock pieces are there in the rice, means what we will do, we are removing by hand. We are removing by what? Hand. That means you are removing unwanted things from the rice which you don't want, that you are taking from your hand. That is what we can call hand picking. Okay, next one, in agriculture process we are using two important process. to separate the solid. That is nothing but threshing and winnowing. These are the two important process separation techniques which we are using in a agriculture process. Threshing means okay, grains from the stalks by beating. Okay, you are taking some stalks and you are beating to the rock. What will happen? The grains will be separated. The grains will be separated. That process what we can call threshing. Okay, in that grains, okay, by using wind speed, you are removing some husk. That means lightest particles from the grains. That means the waste which is present in the grains, you are separating by using a wind. What is the meaning of wind? What is the meaning of wind? Moving air is called what wind. When you are doing like this winnowing process, what will happen? The lighter particles, that is nothing but husk, will be okay separated by wind. Separated by wind. That process what we can call winnowing. These are the process what you learn in your lower classes. But here one more important technique that we need to learn, that is nothing but sublimation process. That is nothing but what sublimation process. Hope we discussed in the first chapter is nothing but matter in our surroundings. But let us discuss about what is meant by sublimation. What is meant by sublimation? Sublimation is nothing but, okay, in this one, two different solids you need to take. Okay, two different solids you need to take. I am mixing here common salt. I am mixing here one common salt. Common salt having the formula NaCl, and I mix another compound that is nothing but ammonium chloride, NH4Cl, ammonium chloride. Okay, for this common salt, I am mixing one more compound that is nothing but what NH4Cl. That means these two are solid compounds. Now I want to separate these two because these two are looking like salt only. Okay, by seeing you may think that it is only a salt, but when you check inside this, it contains how many components? Two components. Now I want to separate NaCl and NH4Cl. Then what we need to do now, based on their properties. Here one important property, that is nothing but NH4Cl is participating in one process, that is nothing but sublimation process. What is meant by sublimation means, already you learn, that is nothing but direct conversion of solid to gas. Direct conversion of solid to gas. That means when you are giving temperature to this mixture, when you are heating this mixture, here one component having the nature to convert solid to gas directly without formation of any liquid. But NaCl does not participating in sublimation, but NH4Cl participating in what sublimation process. Then what happened? NH4Cl will be evaporate. NH4Cl will be evaporate. What is left in the vessel? NaCl. Like this process we can separate what NH4Cl and NaCl. Okay, you may think that how to collect this NH4Cl means just take one funnel. Okay, this is the both the components. Okay, take one funnel, invert this funnel. Okay, here just close this one by using any cotton. Then what will happen? The component which is evaporated, it touches the walls of the walls of the funnel, and you can collect there. Okay, by condensation process. This is about the first separation technique, is nothing but what sublimation. Like this we can separate these solid compound based on what process? Sublimation. That means one of the components should be solid, one of the components should be sublimation, sublime. What is the meaning of sublime? It must be converted into solid to gas directly. If one of the component is not participating in sublimation, you can't able to use the process sublimation. Okay, like this we can separate two components which one of the component is participating in sublimation. Then you can use the process is nothing but what sublimation process. Okay, like this we have different type of separation techniques. This is the first technique, is nothing but what sublimation. The remaining techniques we will discuss in the next class. Hope you all understood. Thank you so much.